the first day of Camp NaNoWriMo. So I am currently on my way to work. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning and I worked on my book for a while. I was able to get a lot done this morning, so I really like that. I'm a big fan of a productive morning. So that was good. So now I'm just on my way to work, and normally Patrick would be in the car with me because we share a car, but he's sick today. Poor Patrick. So it's just me. Yeah, the writing session went really well this morning. I'm pretty happy with how things went. I was a little bit nervous. Jeez, the sun. There we go. I was a little bit nervous about how that was going to go because for anybody who didn't see my last video on what I'll be doing for Camp NaNoWriMo, I'll link that up in the cards, but I have decided to work on the B plot of my story. So I'm currently in revisions, and I kind of wanted to work on the love story part of my book separately from the rest, which I know kind of sounds a little bit odd, but it makes sense in my head. I just wanted to be able to dedicate a little bit more time and thought specifically to the B story. It's already weaved throughout the main plot pretty well. It's just not fleshed out very much. And so that's my hope for this go around of camp. I had so much fun writing this morning that I'm kind of excited to work on it some more when I get home from work. Even though I already finished my hour of writing that I needed for the day, I'm excited to see if I can get ahead and get maybe another hour or two in this evening. I don't know, we'll see. Same day, different shirt. I just got home from work a little bit ago and I'm taking out the recycling, but I didn't want to talk in the house because Patrick is working. I didn't want to distract him. Even though he's sick, yes, he's still working while he's sick. So even though I already finished I met my writing goal for the day, I'm going to hop on the live write-in tonight with Mandy Lynn, Natalia Lee, and Brooke Passamore because I know there's going to be a couple of days this month. Whoa! Well, first of all, because I want to. I can never do it live. They always do it on nights or days when I can't, so I always have to just like watch them afterwards. But tonight I can actually jump on live, and so I feel like I should take advantage of that because it would be fun. So first of all, doing it because it'll be fun. Second of all, I would like to get ahead because I know there's going to be a couple of days this week when I will have family in town, and I don't want to have to worry about meeting my daily writing goal on those days. I'd like to just be able to enjoy the time with my family. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and I am going to do it as a double sprints. So if anybody doesn't know what that is, I'll link up below where I talked about double sprints. Basically, between writing sprints, I'm going to try to get in as much physical activity as I can, and today, because I'm already really tired from waking up early this morning, I'm just going to focus on getting in my steps. So I'm not going to worry about strength training or anything like that, but you can see live an attempt at double sprints, and we'll see how it goes. If it goes well and I like it, I'm considering hosting live double sprints on my channel. So after we see how this goes, let me know down below if that's something that any of you would be interested in participating in, and I can make it happen. Otherwise, I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so let's jump on.
Inside the graveyard we snuck in, but we were wrong. We were wrong now.
Okay, it is currently day 2, and I'm just going for my walk at work. During the first time that I did Camp NaNoWriMo last year, I had a goal to go for a walk every day, And this time around, I have a goal to reach 10,000 steps every day. So, going for a walk. The writing sprints went okay last night. The exercise part went well. It was, you know, it made it more difficult to participate in the conversations on the writing sprints because I was actually sprinting. But I don't know, I struggle with participating in writing sprints anyways in the conversation part because it just feels like there's so many people talking. It's hard to feel like I'm actually part of a conversation. I don't know. If you have felt that way, comment below, let me know. I did get some writing done, but mostly since I'm editing and revising, I feel like that's kind of hard to do while I'm doing sprints because I need to like read through a lot before I can get to a point where I'm writing stuff, and I was mostly just making little changes here and there as I was reading through the document, kind of fine-tuning a scene that I had actually already edited. So I didn't count that time towards my Camp NaNoWriMo goals because I only did one of the actual writing sprints and it was like 27 minutes long, and I don't know, I just didn't count it. This morning I did not wake up early. I set my alarm to do so, and I easily could have gotten up early. I wasn't tired or anything when my alarm went off, but for some reason I just woke up super sassy and was like, I don't feel like it, and so I turned off my alarm and rolled over and went back to bed. And then of course when it was actually time to wake up and go to work, I was so mad at myself. I was like, why did I do that? I did need to get up early. I really wanted to work on my writing because I actually forgot that my husband and I are going bowling with some friends tonight. And this is funny, my husband and I have never gone bowling together. I feel like that's one of the most like classic date night activities, and we've never done it. But if I had remembered this morning at 5 o'clock when my alarm went off that we were going bowling tonight, I definitely would have gotten up to write, because now as it is, I'm going to have to find a way to squeeze in an hour of writing before we go bowling after I get home from work. But that's okay. In the meantime, while I've been at work, I like to listen to podcasts or pull up YouTube videos and just listen to them while I'm working. And so lately I've been listening to a lot of stuff about narcissism and narcissistic people because I have a character who is severely and aggressively narcissistic, and that is he's really hard for me to write because it's really hard to get into that headspace that is so far from the way I think. Which, I mean, that's what it takes to write characters. Obviously, you can't write a bunch of characters who think like you, because that would be really boring. I started researching this before camp started, and actually my focus during camp this time around is not to work on this character or his personality disorder or any of that. It's actually to work on the love story, which does not include him. So I was just thinking that next month I'm probably going to make that my focus, is this character, his difficult personality. It's difficult to write, and all the scenes including him. That's what I want to focus on for my revisions, so I can improve all of that and put more study into it. But for this month, I want to work on the love story because that's another thing that is challenging for me. It turns out that this is the way I like to revise, is I just want to really focus on one aspect of the book that's challenging for me and be able to put everything into it, all of my attention and all of my study and, you know, all of that. So there's really only a couple chunks of my book that I feel like require that, and that is the love story, this character, and who's the antagonist, and a court scene that I have towards the end of the book, because I don't know, that's something I anticipate is going to be difficult for me. Oh, and then just dialogue, making the vernacular and everything realistic and consistent for the cowboys. So I feel like those are like the 4 major rounds of revisions that I'm going to be doing, and I'd like to be able to focus several weeks on each one. So that's why Camp NaNoWriMo is the love story focus, because I needed something light and fluffy, and then next month will be a little bit heavier, a little bit more intense, and then I will move on to those other areas, and then I'll send off to beta readers. So that's the plan for now. Anyways, I'm going to go back to work finish off the day and then get home and get writing. See how much I can get done between now and going bowling.
To think that they belong to ghosts. Well, we were young. We are young now, aren't we? I tried to tell you that you look pretty, but you just smiled, and then you laughed, didn't you? And here it is. Well, you are pretty to me. Well, nothing said, so just feel pretty, won't you?
Good morning. It is day 3 and I have gotten up early. I took a shower, so excuse the towel head. But yesterday I did not write at all. Yesterday was actually a very frustrating day. It felt like nothing was going the way I wanted it to. I ended up spending hours on the computer trying to resolve some problems with various programs on my computer. I was able to get those resolved, but I was not able to accomplish much else. And then it was nearly midnight and I did really want to meet my step goal of 10,000 steps in the day, and so I was running around my living room like crazy trying to get them in before midnight. So I was like, I want to meet at least one goal for the day to feel accomplished. So I'm glad I was able to at least do that, but then I knew that now I'm behind and it's only the 3rd day. So this morning I wanted to get up early and get in 2 hours of writing. I have done an hour and a half, which is good. Not a lot of writing necessarily, mostly just like going through and tidying things up, fixing a couple of mistakes here and there, making sure that the love story is consistent and has, you know, a nice flow and build up. It's very much a slow burn. So I just wanted to make sure that there was enough foreshadowing so that people know who to root for. Anyways, I've got another half an hour to go, but I need to start getting ready for work because obviously can't go to work like this. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and then hopefully I'll be able to squeeze in another half hour of writing today. Hey guys, remember this corner? If you do, then you've been watching me since Camp NaNoWriMo of last year, because this is the corner where I usually close out my camp vlogs. So I'm gonna close out this week's vlog. It is currently Saturday and I've written for 6 hours this week. I did not write every day of the week. I think there were 2 days that I didn't write because I had other things going on, or I just didn't get up early enough. And so I just played catch up on the other days, and on the days that I did write, there were a couple of times that I thought maybe this isn't challenging enough for me to try to do 1 hour of writing every day. Because if you think about it, when you're trying to write so many words a day, that could take an hour, that could take several hours, depending on how the words come to you. And I think in NaNoWriMo and in Camp NaNoWriMo past, since I was doing a word count target, I ended up writing for longer periods of time and it felt a lot more challenging. Whereas now I'm just like, oh look, my hour's up. I can be done now, or I can keep writing, you know. So part of me kind of wonders if I should up my goal for the month to maybe 40 hours. I don't know. We'll see how it goes after next week. I'm considering doing that, but I know that next weekend I'm not going to be able to write anything because my sister is coming into town. Actually, several of my family members are coming into town, but one of my sisters is actually going to be staying with me and I'm so excited. But so I am not going to be writing while she's here because I want to be able to give her my full attention. And then just over the weekend we have got a wedding and a funeral, so won't be writing those days. And so I'm going to try to write for 2 hours every day next week up until Friday. and see how that goes. And if it feels manageable, like, yeah, I could do this, it's just challenging enough but not too bad, then I think I'm going to change my target goal to 40 hours this month. So we'll see how next week goes. This week I was pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the outcome of this week. I'm going to try to write for another hour or two this evening, just so I can start off next week strong. And yeah, that's all I've got to say to you guys. So I hope that camp is going well for you if you are participating in camp. Let me know down below how the first week went for you. If you are not participating in camp, I hope that everything is going well in your writing journey or your reading journey or whatever it is that you've got going on. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Would you come and take a walk with me? We'll cross over the mountains and we'll reach the pale blue sea. I love you, I'm so glad you love me too. And I wrote this song for you. Every word I say